My name is Francis Tiffany. I do paint odd things such as still lifes and landscapes, but primarily portrait painter in oils. People interest me. I just find them fascinating, the way they behave, the way they like presenting themselves. I try and see through that to sort of work out what they're really like. I suppose that's the big difference between portrait painting and photography. Photography is about capturing the moment, whereas portraiture is much more considered. It's much more about the personality behind the image. So it may not actually look like the person, but it may capture their personality. Oftentimes, I spend some time with them, ply them with alcohol or coffee or whatever they like, bring cakes or whatever, just to get them to relax, to get them to sort of let their guard down. Because a lot of people are trying to present their best face, whereas I'm trying to see through their persona, their sort of their public persona, and find out what they're actually like, and then basically talk to them, ask them what they want. I ask them about what clothes they want to wear. Yes, I gather resources. Once they've decided what they want, I tend to sort of produce 1 to 2, maybe 3 initial sketches of composition. If it's not obvious, sometimes it's very obvious. You know, a person has a good side and they really want that side shown, or you know, they look really good in dramatic lighting. But if it's not obvious, I'll tend to make a few sketches, make a few workups, a little black and white quick paintings, and then we can discuss the pose, what they want out of the painting, and then I go using my reference. When I work from reference material, I'm not actually working from a photo or a single drawing. What I tend to do is maybe take 6 to 10 photographs that I like bits of, and chop them up and kit bash them in Photoshop into a single image that I do work from. So if you actually saw my working photo reference, it would seem very strange because the angles are all wrong, because I'm trying to capture things that I want to get into the painting. So sometimes you want to see round the side of someone's head. So there may be the side of someone's head stuck on the side in front of their face. So it can seem sort of quite cubist in its nature, the reference material. It's not a straight photo. I'm an indirect painter. I don't tend to paint from life, although I can do, and I do occasionally. Most sitters love the idea of sitting for a portrait until they realize the time commitment. At the time commitment, they realize, ooh, do I really have 200 hours or so to sit for a painting? Not really. But basically, I tend to do an underpainting, which is usually done in acrylic. That's usually over a very, very quick sketch in either colored pencil or a water-soluble colored pencil, or charcoal. And then I do a quick sketch, usually in either, depending on the subject, it could be a grisaille, it could be a brunei, it could be done in rose or azure. It depends on the subject. It tends to be the sort of dominant color. So brown underpainting, usually done in burnt umber and raw umber. And then over the top of that, I'll gradually mix in lighter fluid glazes of oil, making extensive use of things like gal kid, then gradually get thicker and thicker as required. So it's a glazing process, really, but it's more of a direct glazing rather than a flood glaze. People get portraits done for various reasons. Usually they're sort of capturing a moment such as an important event in their lives, or their retirement, or a wedding, birth of a child. It tends to be something like that. So they're trying to sort of present a moment, and I'm trying to present their personality. So I'm sort of trying to present them in the best light, but also show what they like, because the viewer is never going to meet these people, probably. And if they do, then probably not in the same way that I did as a painter.
We'd like to thank Francis Tiffany for the interview, and of course all of you for watching. There are 5 more portrait artists featured in this Beyond the Face series, plus plenty more enlightening videos to be found on our YouTube channel and at opusartsupplies.com.